I'm a spiritual practitioner. What does that mean? Basically, I work with tarot card, mediumship, root working. Um, what else? I do a lot. Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. Did my certifications, all the 9 yards. And anybody can be a spiritual practitioner. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to. All these are certificates. They're not bound by a degree or like certain hours you have to take in class. It's just something that if you're drawn to it, you do. I mean, for me personally, I didn't even know what Reiki was until I had my first Reiki experience back in 2021 when I walked into a crystal shop, going to look for crystals and tarot cards and just needing some kind of guidance, wanting a tarot reading. That it opened the door. I wasn't even a tarot reader before that, but I always knew stuff. I was always tapped into energy. I started my journey in 2015, but really didn't know what the fuck I was doing, to be honest with you. So I never really played into it. And by the way, side note, I never liked hummus. For years, I hated it. And now, thanks to my homegirl, Toby, you put me on something. So is there really a way to constitute a real spiritual practitioner and say that they're 100% certified? No. Anybody can be one. That's why you have so many frauds and scams out here. I mean, do whatever they want to do. I'm making this video, I guess, because I've been scrolling through TikTok and I started my journey with root working, I'd say going on 5 years now. And I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I'm gonna be real with you. I literally just got drawn to it. And again, like I said, I didn't even know what Reiki was. I mean, I heard of it, I knew about it, but I had never like fully engaged until I met my Reiki master, my mentor, Amelia. She's amazing, by the way. And she's the one that came to me when I was doing reading, when I was getting readings done on me, because I always would go like once a year and do like a reading. And particularly around 2021, I was really in a space of I didn't really know what I was doing, where I was going. And mind you, I'd started going and getting readings done in 2015. That was my spiritual journey actually started. But I was still struggling with my connection with the church, as well as like what I've always been in tune to. Since I was a kid, I've seen spirits. I've known things that nobody would know. And I used to be really like hypercritical of my friends, like, you don't need to do this, and like really controlling and blah, 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 all that good stuff. Anyways, fast forward to now, I started the spiritual journey. And I'm trying not to make this too long because I can be long-winded. And that's when I was introduced to Reiki, and I had it done. And at first I was like, what is this shit? Some bullshit. But I was so open to trying something new because everything I had been doing had been working for me as far as cleansing myself, getting my energy, my mind right, and getting the right path. And that experience changed my life. Because when I left, she was like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. And then I went home and, I feel like I had a fever. It was like such an energetic shift for me. And so it opened me up. I started doing tarot. I started reading tarot for myself, just having fun with it. I had a deck of tarot cards I've been sitting on for years I never used. And I started doing that, and I got into it. And here I am now, trying to get back into the scene. I really don't like reading tarot for other people, and I don't mind doing mediumships because I'm really more of a spiritual advisor. I'm not here to tell you if you're gonna get rich tomorrow or whatever. I fully understand what tarot is. I understand that tarot is the ability for me to tap into certain energies and frequencies that maybe that person can't tap into to see where their life could be heading. But at the same time too, with tarot, it is kind of predicting the future, but the future is made in that moment. The future could be a minute from now. So if it's 12:01, 12:02 is the future. So any decision that you make or choices that you choose to go down, it's going to shift everything for you. And with the tarot, it's almost like I tell the multiverse, like Ant-Man. I see multiple universes for you and paths that you can go down. I will be shown exactly what path is going to work for you. I will be shown the path that you are currently on, and I'll be shown other options. I'll be able to see people who are coming into your life. I can't predict that what you're going to do is going to actually happen, but I'm also giving you a clue into your own creation of your future. That's what tarot is, and I think people have a lot of misunderstanding by that. It's really a way of guiding, and that's all I'm here for. My tarot readings are deep. You know, I don't do the surface level, is so-and-so going to stay with me? No, let's not talk about if so-and-so is going to stay with you. Let's talk about who you are, where you are in life. What are your ancestors? What are your guides telling you? Anyways, social media has got the best of everybody. Because I feel like we're not gatekeeping anymore. Even with the hoodoo, I'm a hoodoo practitioner. I do a lot of root work. This was not something that was taught to me or passed down in my lineage, but I come to find out that it is in my lineage. It was something that just happened. I just started having visions and dreams, and I started creating for others. It started with the spiritual bath, started doing it for myself. Then as I got perfected that for myself, I then started giving it to my clients as I would do readings for them. And then just grew from there. Now I'm created Jenna Marcella, and I am out here just trying to help people heal, pour back into themselves, tap into their higher beings, and really grow and evolve in wherever they are in their life, you know? And what I'm seeing on TikTok is a lot of people, right? A lot of people are teaching you how to do spells, teaching you how to do root work. And I feel like, why are we doing this? There's a reason why everybody has a purpose. And everybody's not meant to do root work. Everybody's not meant to understand any of this. That's why they come to people like me. Everybody's not meant to. It's such a Reiki session is so sacred. And it drives me up the wall to see people posting their Reiki sessions on social media for everybody to see. It's not for everybody to see. This is a closed practice for you. Now, I get it. You want to get clients. I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying, in my opinion, why are we not gatekeeping these things? This is not for everybody. Everybody's not built or has the skill set to tap into these spaces. And for those of us that have been gifted, we all have a contract when we come into this dimension, that have been gifted and guided to perform these services, we gotta stop trying to teach everybody how to do what we have been gifted to do. Everybody can't tap into those frequencies. Everybody has no access to that. You know, everybody's not capable of having access to it. And then they wanna know why when they're watching these videos trying to do like spells and root work on people, it ain't working, because it wasn't for you to do. A lot of people are using this stuff for the wrong reasons. And even if it's not affecting you in this lifetime, it's gonna affect your lineage. So when you're out here trying to make things happen fast for you, stuff doesn't last long. Because what is for you will always be for you. You'll never miss it. People don't understand the difference between conjuring and root work, and how conjuring, you're literally calling on ancestors to do things for you, or different spirits or deities, and you have no idea what blowback comes from that. And maybe you might not see it right now, but 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now, your kids will be affected by that because of lack of understanding and education. Because you see somebody online showing you, go buy this herb, go buy that, and do this and do that. We shouldn't be doing that. If you got to do all of that to make something come into your life, then you don't need to be in that direction. That's what I tell people. And that's why I think for me, my services become so exclusive, because of what I'm about. I will deny people service. If I do a divination on you and you come and say, hey Jeff, I need it. Because when I do root work for people and I'm giving you instructions on what to do once I put it together for you, but I can tell and I know after tapping into you that you're not gonna follow this on purpose, or you're gonna go right back to whatever the shit you're doing, I'm not gonna do it. Don't come to me asking for protection against something or healing from something just so I do it for you. Put all my energy, resources into doing this, just for you to go back doing the same fuck shit you was doing yesterday. That's not how I work. And all money ain't good money. But I just see a lot of these people on here showing people how to make banishing spells and all. And then they want to know, people get frustrated and want to know why. You should be called to it, whether it be a client or whether it be you actually being a practitioner. I understand that some of these clients are approving you showing the video of your Reiki session, but at the end of the day, if somebody like me who didn't even know what Reiki was found Reiki, it will be found. It doesn't have to be put online for you to build clientele or for people to see, and that's where you get a lot of people who are skeptical, people who will question, people who will say it's demonic, because root work, shadow healing, shadow work, all that stuff, it's not easy. It's hard. It's very, very, very hard. Because you have to tap into places of yourself that you're not. You have to deal with versions of yourself that you don't want to deal with. And that's why they call it demonic. You say, oh, when you're doing this. And then some people, yeah, you're right. These people are right. When you're doing this kind of work, and you don't know what you're doing, but you saw somebody on TikTok doing it, you may open up doors that you were not planning on opening up. And that's why you should leave it to people that actually practice this. Now, I don't know, there might be a day that comes when we have all of this, like, we have the accreditations, the study, the history, but honestly, I don't think you can ever, like, make this into, like, a equivalent to, like, nursing or anything like that, because it's something you're called into. It's something that you have to truly believe in and be in alignment with. And I just think it just drives me crazy seeing all these people going online telling you how to make spiritual baths. Let me tell you how to make a spiritual bath. No. Even if you go buy all the roots and the herbs and do all that, if you're not in alignment, if your energy is not in that space, you just made a really nice cleansing bath. That's not going to do anything for you. Or you might sit there and be like, damn, I feel like I'm sitting in a whole thing of tea. And people are teaching you how to make special teas to drink. No. Go to the people that actually create this stuff. Support their businesses. Stop trying to bypass something that you don't fully understand. And I think that we have to gatekeep. Why are we telling everybody how to do these things? And honestly, there's been a surge of people wanting to cast curses and spells and love. I've seen so many people cast love spells for people wanting somebody in their life. And that new movie, I think it's called Obsessed, is a really good example of what happens. You know, the whole, like, you know, Haitian putting your period blood in the spaghetti to keep somebody. Why are you going against somebody's free will? Why are you trying to hurt somebody? You know, there are things that I can do that I learned from actual voodoo practitioners that I studied. See, I went and studied all this stuff. As I got deeper into it, I'm here for healing. I'm here to help open you up. I'm here to protection. I don't do all the cursing. Like, I don't curse people. I don't do stuff. But I had to learn it. I think in order to do the light, you have to learn the dark. And so I actually was privy to meeting several Haitians that are into voodoo and heavily into voodoo. And I learned a lot. I learned how to sit somebody down completely, but I would never do any of that stuff because I truly do believe in divine universe, and what you put out is what you get back. And I do believe that when you let somebody else deal with their natural consequences, is by far, far, far worse than me trying to hurt you or do anything to you. By the way, I'm in the library, so if you hear people in the background, that's what it is. But yeah, you have all these people out here doing all this stuff, buying all these things, and there's nothing wrong with buying from an actual root worker or practitioner, right? But try and do it themselves. Why are you teaching them this? Why are you online showing sacred rituals and things that are going on? Like, I see IFA and all that. They're showing, like, they're literally having live streams showing their services. Why? These were supposed to be closed practices. These are supposed to be for people that have been called and summoned to these things. Now everybody and their mama's doing it. We even got people who are not even part of the lineage trying to do it. And it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting to me. I think it's also, like I said, it's interesting to me that people are actually showing their Reiki sessions online. Like, why are you showing that? This is a private thing that you're doing with somebody. And again, if even the person's like, hey, it's fine, post it on there. That's sacred. It wasn't for anybody else. If somebody's interested in Reiki, they'll find it. Trust me, they will. It will find them. So I don't know. Maybe the way that I go about my spirituality is different. I know we're living in a different time with social media, where people think, move. But I just think that we need to get back to gatekeeping, because I think a lot of the wrong people are tapping into things that they shouldn't be tapping into. And then when they get the blowback they get, they're going online and trying to bash what they don't understand. You have a lot of people who don't understand and who are trying to use the tools that you put out there. And then when things don't happen for them, then they feel some kind of way. I feel that we do need to create a space for practitioners. I'm so tired of seeing these. I sit online sometimes, especially TikTok at night, and I watch these tarot card readers. And it's unfortunate because the real ones are really good. They're there. Then you got these other ones, like, I'm sorry, these yes or no's where you're typing in, does M love C, yes or no? I mean, you know, and they're doing these little fast readings, like, oh, for the first 45 minutes, we're gonna do yes or no's. There's no way you can give somebody a real true answer. And a lot of you are using those, like, beginner set tarot decks that tell you exactly what each means the reverse, the upright. That's not. No. No, there's a lot more into this. And also, too, there's no connection to the stranger that's texting you. Like, does M love H? Who the fuck is M and who the fuck is H? Like, why are we doing this? And then they're flooding you, and you're able to do all these readings for $1 online. No, I would never trust a tarot card reader like that. A lot of them don't know how to read. They're just telling you what the cards say. They're not really tapping into the energy and the spaces. See, when I do readings, I'm not only tapping into the energy and space, I'm also tapping into mediumship. I'm tapping into doing a body scan on your chakras. I don't ever tap into other people's energy without permission. I know there's tarot card readers that say, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll do that. I don't like to invade anybody else's privacy unless I have permission. But what I will tap into the energy of them around you, not that person. So don't ever come to asking me for me to tap into somebody and say, well, does so-and-so like me? No, because so-and-so didn't give me permission to tap into their space. But can I tap into the energy around you with that person and tell you what's kind of going on? Most definitely. But tarot cards should never be to tell you how to live. That's why people get addicted to it and keep coming back and wanting answers. Tarot card is literally a form of guidance. And you do what you do with that information. So if you go to them and ask them for a job, like if I'm going to get this job, and they say, well, I don't see that, but I do see something else, and I do see you stepping into another path. That's exactly what that's for. And if you choose to go against what that tarot card reader is saying and still go after the job and you don't get it, then hell, well, you didn't get it. But a lot of these readers are full of shit. Full of shit. I sit there and watch their readings and I'm just like, And then they have like thousands of people sending them gifts and oh my God, but how can you do a reading on somebody that you have not really truly interacted with and that's writing you on a fucking screen? I mean, I can do it, but the way I'm set up, I'm going to give you a read. And I need more than just an initial of somebody's name. I need to know who you are, your name. You know what I'm saying? So at one point, I thought about making like spiritual bath kits and showing you how to make one online. And I said, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Everybody's not going to be able to make a bath kit the way that I make bath kits. Everybody cannot access the energy and the space that I am because this is something that's been passed down to me from lineages. And so I know exactly what I'm doing. I can tell you to buy rosemary and basil and do all these things. But I also, I can tell you what scriptures to read. But if you don't truly believe and you're not truly aligned with that, or you have blockages within your chakras to be able to create these bath kits, you're not going to be able to do nothing. So I decided, no, I'm not going to teach anybody how to do a bath kit anymore. I even made a whole video. Look up top. Look at it. It's a whole video that I made. It's pretty cool. I was really excited about it. And then I was like, wait a minute. That bath kit was something sacred and something special. Now, will I be selling it on my website? Yes, because that bath kit did some wonders. But it included a lot of steps. And that's the thing. People will show you and tell you, go buy these herbs, go buy this candle, do this for 7 days. And then you'll do it for 7 days and you'll waste your money and be like, what the fuck? Go get a practitioner that is skilled in this. Someone who truly is designed to believe and to sit in this space. Stop trying to do this stuff yourself. This is why I've created Janet Marcella, so that when you don't have to go to a spiritual shop and try to figure out how to do this. Stop relying on tarot card readers to tell you everybody's in tune. Wake up. If you have to ask, is my husband cheating on me through tarot, then you need to go to reassess yourself. I'm just saying. Because your answer is right there if we have to go ask that. And if he isn't, then the answer is, why do you feel compelled to feel that way? What traumas, what things have been going on in you that got you asking these kind of questions? I think that social media has definitely changed the way that spiritual practitioner work works. And like I said, anybody can do it. Anybody can say they're a spiritual practitioner. You don't have to have a license. Did I take the Reiki courses? Did I learn? Yes. But I mean, honestly, you just go online and print up a certificate. So somebody can go online and print one, say they did it and they never did anything, and have you laying on a massage table doing whatever, God knows what, talking about this is Reiki, and you walking away like, what the hell just happened? I don't know, I think we need to have better discernment, and I feel like true spiritual practitioners would align with me in this, but we definitely need to start gatekeeping our stuff. And if you're somebody that is interested in this or is looking for the work to be done, go to somebody who will do the work for you. But do your research. Make sure this person really is legit about what they do. Because I said anybody can become a spiritual practitioner. Anybody can say they do all these things, have reviews, and then you spending hundreds and thousands of dollars. Because some of these, look, my stuff's not cheap, but some people really do charge. And they do some real heavy root work. They be doing some shit that you will never, ever in your life know that they're doing for you. You got to go to those kind of people instead of trying to do it yourself. I just think that, again, going back to what I'm saying, we got to gatekeep more. Gatekeeping is so important to the spiritual community, especially for us that have African ancestry. It wasn't for them. In fact, they're stolen a lot from us. And they're trying to cleanse their own, you know? But yeah, you gotta study what voodoo is. You gotta study what hoodoo is and understand what these practices are about. You gotta understand Santeria, Ifa, all that stuff. You gotta understand and do your research. But I'm just really confused why I see people who are really true practitioners. I mean, I can sense it, I can tell it, and they're on here making videos about how to do this and do that, instead of saying, you'll come to me, I will do this for you. I will intercede on your behalf. But I also, like I said, for me, I don't work for everybody because this work is very draining. And what I'm able to do for somebody's life is astronomical. And people have to really, truly, truly believe and have faith in the unknown. Because we always say we have faith until we are put against the wall. Just because you go to St. Expedite and ask St. Expedite to give you some money and a rent in 4 days or in a week and you get that, doesn't mean that there might not be blowback with that later on in life. It can be with your seed, it can be with you, or it can be with your future seeds or your family. Sometimes you got to give to lose, because deities are, you can work with them, you can conjure them, whatever, but it's going to be something that comes with it. It's always the fine print underneath the, when you sign that waiver that you miss. That's why it's important to do divinations and communicate, because sometimes you're also, too, interceding on you're interfering on your life lesson or the growth that's supposed to come from this. Because remember, there's always going to be one ruler, which is the Most High, over everything. And your life has already been designed. You already have a blueprint. So I don't ever recommend truly working with deities, only because unless you know what you're doing with them and how to utilize them. I'm more of a root worker. I'm tapping into my own energy, protection spells, doing all of those kind of things to get me where I need to be. So instead of calling on the spirits to do things for me, I work with the spirits. There's a difference. And if you want to know more, reach out to me on TikTok. I don't like doing live readings. I will start going live, but not to do reading. I'll go live to have conversations and communicate. And if you would like a reading, then privately you can DM me. And I'm opening up my readings for 30 minutes, $30. Because I had to build a clientele back up. It's been so long since I've been doing this. And then for an hour, it's $70. And then I also have add-ons to these readings. You can check it all on my website, which you'll find in my bio. But yeah, I'm getting back out there. I don't know how long I'll do readings. I think they're kind of draining at times. I get downloaded with so much information about individuals. It's insane what I know about a person that I don't know. But I'm calling all readers, calling all spiritual practitioners in any sort. We gotta stop putting all our information on social media. Everybody don't need to know everything. Bring back individualization. Everybody jumps on the same bandwagon, oversaturates the fucking things. Then it's a high wave and it dies. Just let's get back to making what we do something of value, and not how so many people are tarnishing and doing all these celebrity reads and doing these general reads. Gemini, this is your read, and if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. But like at the end, I'm not knocking anybody. I think make your money, make your fucking money, shit. But y'all be on here listening to these readings and be having your lives fucked up. oh, they said next week, Geminis were gonna, honey, this person doesn't know you. They're doing a collective reading. And how can you really do a collective? I can do collective readings when I'm in a room full of people and I'm tapping into all of those energies in that room. I can do a collective reading, but to do a random collective reading for the world and for anybody who's scrolling by to say, hey, Gemini. And now sometimes though, if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't resonate, let it fly, right? Let it fly. But the problem is, a lot of people don't have the discernment to understand that. So why are we doing this on social media anymore? Why are we doing live readings? Why are you doing a reading for somebody live for everybody else to hear? This is for them, not for everybody else. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I did one before and he was really spot on. He was really, really good. But then I was like, girl, why are you got everybody listening to your business? Because you have no idea what somebody else's energy is and what they're praying for and what they're looking for, okay? And we have got to learn how to protect ourselves. So I just end with that. By the way, I think I've been ranting for like 25 minutes. My name is Jasmine. I am the Galactic Goddess. I am your homegirl oracle and the mom that has lived through the mess. And I am always sharing my fucking story, okay? Check me out on my TikTok. Check me out on my Instagram. It's called Janet Marcella Life. I also have a podcast called We Gotta Unpack This Ish, okay? Where, I'm just a regular person. I don't understand why influencers, what makes somebody qualified to be an influencer? Why do I care what they're doing, especially when a lot of these videos are dumb? Anyways, that's a whole nother rant for another day. But I am somebody that has been practicing and doing this for a very, very long time. It was called To Me, Not Me, Finding and Seeking It Out. And so, yeah, check out my We Gotta Unpack This Ish podcast where I talk about my life, my journey, starting this podcast, getting my business back up, getting out there and reading, the very thing that I don't really care to do, but they say the thing that you avoid the most or you don't want to do is the very thing you should be doing. So it's time for me to go out here and touch some lives, guide some people, and see others become prosperous in finding their blueprints and pouring back into themselves, because I know what that's like. So anyways, yes, that's just my random rant. We need to gatekeep. Let's gatekeep spiritual practicing, period. Boop, mic drop. And like I said, hummus, I like you, my friend. Have a blessed day. I don't know what I'm doing in this video. Shit, I'm just sitting here waiting for my daughter to get out of school at this point, because I am jobless. Well, not jobless. I'm not jobless since I said that. I do Instacart, and I sleep, and I do odd contracting work with like websites and things like that. But working to get back on my feet, as I am separated from my husband and just doing whatever I got to fucking do. Okay. It was on my mind. I came to the library to eat my food, apply for some jobs. So I was laying in the car this morning, like. Just laying in the car like, what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? And I'm not mad because my life could be worse than others, but my life could be worse. Other people going through it. But I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Because I don't know. I'm all over the place. But making these videos give me some kind of peace of mind. I don't know. Everybody has an opinion. Is every opinion fact? And is every fact an opinion? No. But listen to yourself. Stop listening to everybody. Stop listening to all these people on TikTok and whatnot. It's like the person who talks the loudest, shouts the most, sounds like they're talking in a matter-of-fact tone, when it's really just their opinion, and you're believing that, oh, so-and-so said this. Who the fuck is so-and-so, and why are they qualified for this? Even for me, why am I qualified to say what I'm saying? I'm just making an observation in life that, we need to gatekeep some things. Like, I think LaRoche talked about it with fashion. Like, everybody doesn't need to be dressed the same. I hated that. I've always hated that. Like, why does everybody have to have the same boots because so-and-so wore that? Like, find your own creativity. We all have purpose in this life. Even if you don't think you have purpose, you have purpose. That's why it's collective conscious. We all come together as a collective with our own individual experiences. So, anyways, that's just something on my mind. I'm going to post this whole video on TikTok. I'm gonna post clips of it and post it on my YouTube channel. Anyways, y'all be blessed.